Could the tightness in just this one muscle be the culprit of your back pain? Stay tuned to find out. So the muscle which might be responsible for your back pain is a muscle called the psoas muscle. And a tight psoas muscle can give you a back pain. It can also give you a pain in your groin, and it gives you a pain which wraps around from your groin all the way to your lower back. So the psoas muscle actually starts off, it originates from the lower part of your spine, the lumbar spine, so L1 to L5, and then what it does, it runs through your abdomen and it attaches the front of your hip. And it's a very, very, very powerful hip flexor, so it raises your leg up. Now, what happens with the psoas muscle is the psoas muscle tends to get tight and not weak. So often with back pain, you hear, oh, you need to strengthen your glutes or strengthen your core muscles, but not in case of the psoas muscle. You need to stretch it because it tends to get tight and not weak. So it's similar as when you're walking around with your ears touching your shoulders all day long. Your upper trap muscles tend to get really tight, but not so much weak. So you need to stretch it. It's the same with the psoas muscle, you need to stretch it. Now a really tight psoas muscle, because it starts and attaches to your lower back, what it tends to do is it tends to compress your lower back and your disc, which might give you a chronic lower back pain. Now what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to demonstrate a test you can do at home which helps to determine if your psoas muscle is really tight and therefore might be causing your back pain. And I'm also going to give you some really effective, simple exercises you can do at home which will help to lengthen the psoas muscle and thereby decreasing your pain. Okay, let's get started. So the test we need to perform to determine if your psoas muscle is really tight is called the Thomas test. And what you need for this is you need to have a bench, or you can do it on your bed or a table, and sit on the edge of it. And I'm going to demonstrate this on my right leg, but you need to obviously test both sides. So the first thing you need to do in this case is need to hug my left leg. So left leg comes now towards my chest. I'm going to lean back and let my right leg drop off. So when we have a tight psoas muscle, the first thing we're going to see is we're going to arch our back. We can't keep our leg in this position, we need to arch our back. So what we need to do is place our right hand in the small of our back, and flatten my spine on the bench. So make sure it's all flat. And let your right leg just drop off, hang off. So what we need to see is we need to have a flat lumbar spine, so your low back needs to be flat on the bench, but also your leg needs to be at least 180 degrees to the bench, ideally a bit lower down, but at least 180 degrees, and you need to have between 100 and 110 degrees angle in your knee as well. So this is 90, this is 110 approximately. So what we see with a tight psoas muscle is we need to arch our back because we can't keep our leg down, so we're arching our back to compensate, or we keep our low back flat on the bench and the leg comes up, so you can't actually lower the affected leg lower than this. So ensure that you've got your left knee tight to your chest, you flatten your lower back, and then you let your right leg hang off. This is a positive test, as in your psoas muscle is way too tight. That with a flat back and your left knee towards your chest, this means you've passed the test and your psoas muscle is long enough. So that's called the Thomas test. Now, if your psoas muscle is tight, then stick around because I'm going to demonstrate some stretches to you which will help to lengthen and stretch the psoas muscle. So the stretches are coming up next. If you already thought what I've shown you so far been useful, please just help me out and give me a thumbs up and leave a comment in the box down below and subscribe to my channel. Okay, let's move on with the stretches for the psoas muscle. So next I'm going to demonstrate 4 really effective stretches to stretch out your psoas muscle so you will have a bit of less back pain. Now the stretches range from quite easy to very intense, so just follow along. If a stretch is too easy for you, just move on to the next one. The first stretch I'm going to demonstrate to you is called the camel stretch. As I mentioned, quite an easy one. What you do is you sit on your knees upright, and you support yourself with your hands on your heels. You squeeze your glutes and you tuck in your tailbone. Tuck in your tailbone, squeeze your glutes, and really push your pelvis forwards. Lean backwards, take a deep breath in, and push your pelvis forward. Squeeze your glutes, and you should feel it here at the front in your groin. This is where the psoas muscle or the psoas muscle sits. So you support yourself on your heels, and really drive your pelvis forward, squeezing your glutes and tucking under your tailbone. Hold this for about 20 to 30 seconds. Repeat this 2 to 3 times and repeat this daily, preferably multiple times a day. So the camel stretch, your first stretch you can do, super easy. Again, no equipment needed, just you pushing forward your pelvis to stretch out these muscles. Now, if this is too easy for you, we move on to the next stretch, which is the half kneeling psoas stretch. I'm going to demonstrate this on my left side. So what I need is, I'm going to put the towels on the floor just to give a bit of support to my knee. You can use a cushion or something as well. Place my left knee on the towels. Put my right leg forward. I've got a bit of a more than 90-degree angle here, like say a 110-degree angle. Now what I'm going to do is place my hands on my pelvis. Yeah, I'm going to again squeeze my glutes, tuck my tailbone under, so I'm going to drive it all forwards. Yeah, I'm going to lean forwards. I should feel it again in my groin area here. Make sure your foot is flat on the floor. Don't support yourself on your toes, foot flat on the floor. Yeah, so you drive yourself forward. You should take a deep breath in, all the way out, and push forward. Squeeze them glutes, tuck the tailbone under at the same time. You should really feel, I can feel that definitely here, the front on my psoas muscle. So hold this again for 20 to 30 seconds. Repeat 2 to 3 times and do this daily. Obviously do both sides, obviously. So again, feet forward, supporting my affected knee or the psoas on a cushion or a towel, and squeezing my glutes, tucking my tailbone under, and I'm really driving this forward to feel the stretch on the in my groin area. And what you can do to accentuate this is you can rotate your body a little bit either towards the muscle or away from the muscle. Depends a little bit on how the anatomy of your psoas is. It's quite individual. So you can maybe move, rotate away from it and breathe into the stretch. Hold this for 20 to 30 seconds and repeat this 2 to 3 times, multiple times a day, please. So this is the half kneeling psoas stretch. Now the next one is about the same stretch. You can intensify this a bit more. What you do now is you move your affected leg, on this side, the left side, over diagonally to the other side. So I'm now moving my leg, as you can see, to the right side. So instead of having it straight behind me, it's now on the side here. And I do the same thing. So hands on my hips, squeeze my glutes, tuck my tailbone under. Yeah, and I'm moving forwards to see if I can get a little bit more accentuation on the stretch in my groin area here. Breathe into the stretch, it's important. And you hold this again for 20, 30 seconds. And you repeat this 2 to 3 times a day. Yeah, so this is also a very good stretch to do as well. Now, if this is all as easy, you want to get another one in, is you can do the warrior pose. So it's again based on this position here. So you are again supporting yourself on your knee. You come forward, but now instead of having your hands on top of your hips, what you do is you raise your hands up in the air. Yeah, you take a deep breath in, so you expand your chest, so the whole front is being expanded, so you stretch it out. Squeeze your glutes, tuck your tailbone under, take a deep breath in. Arms on top, arms behind you, and you lean all the way forward. Now you're stretching out the whole front, 20 to 30 seconds, and then breathe out, lean into the stretch, all the way forwards, and you can really feel that now in the groin area. It's important to keep the glutes tighten at all times. I don't want you to arch your back. Arch your back will not stretch it. You really got to squeeze them glutes and tuck your tailbone under. So you're stretching that psoas muscle as much as you can. Yeah, so you go all the way forwards as much as you can, 20, 30 seconds, breathe into it. And again, we can accentuate a bit more by now moving my leg across the other side. And we do the same thing here now. So take a deep breath in, arms in the air. Drive your hips forward, squeeze your glutes, tuck your tailbone under, squeeze your glutes, and come all the way forward and push your hands back. And really feel the stretching the whole front of your body now. Hold this 20, 30 seconds, repeat 2 to 3 times, and do this daily. So these stretches will really help with stretching the psoas muscle, thereby decreasing either your back pain or your groin pain or that wrapping pain you might have from your groin running all the way to your back. I hope you found this video useful. I hope it's helped you with either your groin pain or your back pain or the pain that wraps around from your groin to your lower back. If you know anyone who's struggling with similar problems, don't hesitate and forward this video to them as well so they can benefit from this information. If you wouldn't mind, give me a thumbs up. Please leave a comment in the box down below if you enjoyed the video or subscribe to my channel. For now, I'd like to say take care of yourself, take care of someone else please as well if you can, and bye for now. Bye bye.